This just in, a heightened state of readiness for Saudi Arabia. The Pentagon now sending a Patriot missile defense system, as well as 4 Sentinel radar units and 200 personnel to Saudi Arabia to defend it against attacks. Also, the Pentagon put 3 more units on, quote, prepared to deploy orders, that being 2 more Patriot batteries made by Raytheon and a terminal high-altitude area defense system, otherwise known as THAAD, from Lockheed. Joining me now is the Heritage Foundation's retired Lieutenant Colonel James Carafano. Does this mean that Saudi Arabia is about to attack? What do you think?
No, this is purely a defensive measure, and what it does is it cuts off. I mean, look, points to the Iranians. They picked a vector and they attacked from the place that nobody expected, and that's why they got away with this. And what this really does is kind of plugs that gap. So this is something that they won't be able to try again and get away with. Because
it got in through that blind spot. So this is about shoring that up. Is that your opinion?
Right. And we've seen that the Iranians have been really smart about this. Is they're not escalating. They're trying different things. So they tried to shut the Strait down. That didn't work. They shot down a drone. They did this. They're very clever about finding different ways to poke. But that's all they are, is they're different ways to poke at the U.S. They're not really escalating the competition.
Okay, the rhetoric got escalated today. Let's listen to the president of Iran at the UN today. Watch this.
The objective of the United States of America, that was through these sanctions to exert pressure on the people of Iran and separate them and create gaps between them and the establishment and the government, it was from the very onset clear that it would not succeed. But what he did accomplish is to create a distance and widen a distance that existed from before between the people of Iran and America.
Well, the people of Iran are in open revolt in many quarters. I mean, so this is just rhetoric, right? He's also talking about a, quote, Strait of Hormuz peace endeavor. But hasn't been Iran disrupting this key oil shipping choke point? You're taking all of this.
This is really important. And if it's not just rhetoric. It's actually an incredible concession and an admission. They were threatening war. Now they've backed completely away from that. And it demonstrates that they've given up on the Europeans getting out. They know that's not going to happen. That's going to not work. Closing the straits didn't work. So they've kind of conceded here that they haven't been able to break the back of the pressure campaign. And the other thing here is there's actually an incredible admission. They said, hey, if you come back, we recognize, maybe you need more reassurances. They just basically confirmed that the Iran deal wasn't adequate. I think that the U.S. has made huge progress here.
So that's a really interesting take you're just giving us, James. You're making headway here and insights here. You're saying that what Rouhani was saying today shows that Iran is weak, that the president knows it, that he's backed into a corner, and now he wants to deal. Is that your take?
Yeah, and I think, but look, what's not going to happen is, and the Iranians know this, we're not going to lift the sanctions and go back to talks. And this is why, and people miss this all the time, you have to look at the Iran talks and the North Korean talks together, because they're twins, right? And we didn't do it for North Korea, right? We said, you want to talk, great, but the pressure doesn't come off until we have a deal. The Iranians know they're not going to get anything better than that. They know that.
James Carafano, Heritage Foundation, thank you so much.